Greetings YouTube, Fuzzfinger here and welcome to another Battle of Azeroth update video. As of late, it seems that the Horde versus Alliance conflict has taken a bit of a backseat because of the fact that the world has faced many other giant threats and we've kind of had to come together in order to face them, but due to certain betrayals, alleged betrayals, etc, etc, everything's coming head to head literally in the upcoming Battle for Azeroth expansion, and the Horde versus Alliance conflict is going to take a front row seat. While Blizzard have announced that there will be some PvP changes, especially in regards to how the realms and servers work, ultimately this conflict is not about creating a PvP expansion, but it's the setting for the story to continue flowing on. In other words, while this conflict is going on, we're still going to be having to face off against the traditional PvE encounters, raids, and big bosses, and generally nasty bad stuff that wants to destroy all life on Azeroth. However, we know now of at least one fairly major change that's going to differentiate raiding in Battle of Azeroth to raiding in the current and previous expansions, and it has to do with how tier sets are going to work, or to cut a long story short, the fact that tier sets will no longer exist. Indeed, in a Game Informer interview that took place at Blizzcon, and I'll post a link to that interview in the description so you can read it in its entirety, the game director Ion Hazzikostas did confirm that the traditional raid set will not be appearing in Battle for Azeroth. And by traditional raid sets, we're talking about the 6, 8-piece collections that you could pick up from a certain instance or raid over the course of many months of farming that place in order to collect these set bonuses that would only activate once you had, multiple pieces of that set. Now, obviously bosses are still going to be dropping loot, or you wouldn't be raiding in the first place. That's going to continue as it always has. But you're not going to feel obliged to either sacrifice higher eye level gear because you'll be losing out on set bonuses, or by having to farm specific bosses because you need a specific part of your item set that has, the set bonus activator on it. Now, raids are still going to drop loot with art that is appropriate for that dungeon. So no doubt those of you that like transmog or just like making your character look awesome, you'll still be able to go for the look of that dungeon. It's going to drop consistent armor pieces that match together, but you're not going to have to feel obliged if, say, a higher eye level item drops to not equip it because you're going to lose out on a set bonus. I think that's really the main purpose of this particular change, especially now because eye level seems to play a much more important role in terms of progression than it used to several expansions ago, and that's probably due to the extra difficulties and Titan forging and all that other stuff that is now present in the game. Right now, as it exists in Legion, set bonuses can be so powerful that you could get a new piece of equipment with, generally greater stats, 10, even 15 eye levels higher than what you're wearing, but you can't afford to equip that new piece of gear because of losing out on that all-important set bonus. That's not a design choice that Blizzard wants to continue with. They don't think it's healthy for the game, they don't think it's healthy for the raiding scene, and hopefully this is going to make progression a little bit more fun for the player. And of course, in terms of new progression, we're going to have the Azerite system, and basically that's going to be used, at least this is Blizzard's philosophy right now, for players to customize their strengths to whatever it is that they're going to need. So some of that customization that we lose from the set bonuses are going to be moved on into that system, which is a little bit easier, well, a little bit less punishing, I should say, to use, because that's not going to determine what items you equip, since whatever items you equip can then be used by that Azerite system. So whereas right now, if you take off a set bonus, then obviously you lose that bonus, but with the new Azerite system, once you've, worked hard on gaining your Azerite through raiding or whatever content it is that you enjoy playing, then when you change a piece of equipment that can use Azerite, you can invest that Azerite you'd collected right back into the new piece of equipment. Nothing is lost, everybody's happy. At least that seems to be Blizzard's theory, but as always, I'm interested in hearing what your opinions are on this new change. Is removing set bonuses going to be healthy for the game? From what I've seen online so far, most people seem to think that it is, But if you disagree with that, let us know. If you agree, let us know. And thanks for stopping by today, guys. I hope you've enjoyed watching this video, and I'll see you soon for more Battle for Azeroth content in the future. Stay tuned.